episode. Gas Network presents sports for the culture.
I'm here with the family.
Price, XXV, Double I,
Rome,
D-Melo,
Gruff Lion.
T-Buggy, man.
Just the greatest sports show on the planet. La Familia. Hope y'all ready for a ride.
can't wait to hear what you guys got to say.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Everybody tuning in from wherever you're tuning in from. Gas presents sports for the culture. Back to our traditional formats. Let me go ahead and introduce the fellas, man. Let me introduce myself first. I'm Scruff Line. I'm the host for the evening. And let me go ahead and introduce the gang. I'm going to start with the top right.
Hey man, you know who it is, your boy Young Rome 22 on all socials. It was a crazy week one in the NFL. And you see I got to rep the squad. Commanders out here got that week one dub. We got a lot to get into and a lot to talk about with the rest of the NFL as well, though. So let's get it, fellas.
Yeah, man. Y'all had a very competitive game with a team that's tanking. So shout out to y'all. Bottom center.
T-Buggy, man. Y'all know what it is with me, man. Gas Elite 4th grade coach. Wash your hands, wash your ass. Hey, I don't got no rap for y'all, man. Let's cut to the chase, man. Let's get to the talk.
All right, let's get into it, man. I mean, I feel like it's only right that we talk about the Monday Night Football game first and how that transgressed. We had Aaron Rodgers coming out on 9/11 bearing the American flag. And, within 4 plays, he was rolling on the ground and it was suspected a Achilles injury. They had to cart him off. And, sadly, it was confirmed today that he does have a ruptured Achilles and will miss the remainder of the season. So Aaron Rodgers' New York Jets season is over pretty much before it even really got a chance to start. I mean, it wasn't really much to see on that first drive. So, fellas, my first thoughts, I want to hear your first reactions to the injury, and then we'll just go from there. Rome, I'll start with you.
I mean, my initial reaction was he's old. He's an old man. But we knew that. We knew this coming into the season. Rodgers has been in the league for a minute now since I was in, probably middle school. So this isn't a surprise. This isn't a shock. Like, this is what happens to older players. Older QBs get hurt all the time. There's a long list of it. So that was my initial thought is Rodgers is an old man out there.
Well, you're going to take this time and throw stones on him. That's fine. T.
Before we can't even move past that. You said throw stones on him like it's some somber, like we're supposed to be like, oh man, like this isn't this man's funeral. Like he's got a ruptured Achilles. He's gonna have a long rehab. This may be the last time that we saw him play football. But you don't see me wearing any gang green out here. Like I'm not a Jets fan. They're the only ones that should be feeling like they're at a funeral today.
I mean, I think people that have like some type of, I think the word is empathy, typically would have like the feeling of something for Aaron Rodgers. Like my girl hate Aaron Rodgers. He's a horrible human being. He's despicable. He's like this type of cat and she don't fuck with him. But even she felt bad for the brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I do feel terrible. I was talking about how tormented it is to be a New York Jets fan. And she said, Aaron Rodgers, I feel more worse for Aaron Rodgers. And honestly, I do feel pretty bad for Aaron Rodgers in this situation because, he was considering retirement. And he kind of turned over a new situation in New York. And he was doing all the right things. And, like, we got to see so much into the backstory, the whole 4 weeks on Hard Knocks. And we really seen a lot of this team. And just for that to happen and crumble within the first couple plays, it's just heartbreaking. Like, it's heartbreaking.
Oh, my goodness.
It is. It's heartbreaking. Like, it's not the way that the story was supposed to play out. It's really unfortunate. I mean, obviously, injuries are a part of sports. But, I mean, your heart has to go out for Aaron Rodgers in this moment. Your heart has to go out for the Jets fans in that moment because they literally had them at the highest place. And as far as preseason hype could go, right? And then he jumps out and runs out on the field with the flag behind him. You're feeling like, oh shit, this shit's real. And then bang, you know, plummeted right down, and you're immediately about to jump off the Empire State Building or something like that's how they feeling mentally. They're shocked. Honestly, that first half of that game went by. I'm not even a Jets fan. And the first half of that game went by to me. I looked up, looked down, half was over. And I'm like, oh yeah, shit, I forgot. I didn't really see anything that happened in that game in that first half after that injury. All I was looking at was trying to figure out what happened. The real elephant in the room was what's going on with Aaron Rodgers. But man, what was your thoughts when you saw the injury, and what do you think this means for Aaron Rodgers and his future in the league?
Oh man, it was a ton of thoughts, ton of storylines, man. Like you said, the whole hard knocks thing. You never want to see an athlete go down with an injury, from little league all the way up. And that Achilles, man, I've known people who've had that injury. We've seen pros with Kobe. We've seen people have to try to come back from Achilles. That's a tough rehab, man. And rehabs like that are really, really mental. So I'm curious to see what Rodgers does from here. If that's the end, if that's the end of his career, that's really the worst way an athlete wants to go out, man. Most guys want to go out on their own terms. Most don't get to go out on their own terms, but having what seemed like a promising season in the palm of your hand wiped away by a routine play. Hard to kind of go out to Aaron Rodgers. I'm not a huge A-Rod guy, but your heart kind of got to go out to a guy that's lived his life and as a quarterback, and just we wanted. I think we all kind of wanted to see him take one more stab at it. I didn't think the Jets would do it, but I think we all wanted to see him take one more stab. But the NFL is the ultimate soap opera, right? We saw the hard knocks. We saw him run out there with the flag. Like, this is like a Game of Thrones situation. Like, we saw Ned go out there and lead his family and then get his head chopped off. And it's not the best analogy, but the NFL is really the most exciting thing on TV. Like, that intro, it didn't get me hyped up, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people saw that flag waving and that stormed the Capitol moxie and got behind that. And this is Aaron Rodgers in New York, and to go down like that, man, you saw it in the coach face. You could tell the atmosphere in the arena. I'm pretty sure the players were affected by it. I personally think this is the last we see of Rodgers as a professional athlete, unfortunately. And as far as the Jets, man, and sports are only as good as your weakest link, man. And not Sam Darnold, but Zach Wilson appears to be the weakest link. He found a way to win, but if I was the Jets, I'd be calling about Sam Darnold or Cam Newton or somebody else, Tom Brady. I'd be begging Tom to come back. But just a crazy week one of football, and I think football really delivered to the fans this week. Good, bad, and in between.
Rome, what's your thoughts about Aaron Rodgers' future in the NFL after this Achilles injury? Do you feel like he's done after this?
Nah, yeah, like T said, I think it's pretty much a wrap. I mean, we'll obviously see what he does. It is going to be a very mental rehab, and as we all know, Aaron Rodgers is pretty solid. When it comes to mental health, he takes care of himself in that regard. But at the same time, T alluded to it. Kobe had a very similar injury, and although Kobe did come back from it, if we're all being honest, he wasn't the exact same player when he came back from it until that very last game. So even if Aaron Rodgers comes back from this, are we to say that at an advanced age that he's really gonna deliver? I genuinely think that this is the time to just call it a day. Me personally, I wasn't a believer in the Jets or Aaron Rodgers coming into this season. And it does suck that he got injured this early, 4 plays into his Jets career, but it's part of the game. It's football, If we're being honest and we really want to analyze the play, Rodgers was supposed to get rid of the ball. Like, there's no reason that he shouldn't have took the sack in that situation. The ball should have been out of his hand. But of course, you're making me out to be the villain because you guys are getting out the tissues. I don't know if you guys got enough tissues over there for Aaron Rodgers. I didn't know you guys were such big Jet fans or Hard Knocks fans. That narrative really got you guys going. It's almost like a little soap opera over here for
Bro, it's
for
got
old
nothing to do with
A-Rod.
it. It's got nothing to do with it.
Oh, it does though. You're like,
Honestly,
oh, he turned a new leaf in New York, and he's finally being a teammate and a good leader. Like all the things that quarterbacks are generally always supposed to do.
Well, here's the truth,
But
though, Rom. You didn't need Hard Knocks to see that. He was all over the mainstream media news, and you could see that what was unfolding in front of it was a special
he's a
situation.
he's a
New York
celebrity
hadn't had
player.
a good quarterback for years, and for those fans, it's heart wrenching because they just had a fucking tumultuous season last year, and they get Aaron Rodgers, and they finally get a chance to get Aaron Rodgers out on the field, and he gets hurt within the first couple of plays. But I think y'all both wrong in the sense that I don't think Aaron Rodgers is done. Um, I do think that this is going to force him to come back because he's not going out like that, bro. He's too much of a competitor, too much of a top dog to go out like that. And the difference between Aaron Rodgers and Kobe is the sport that they play. With all due respect, basketball and Achilles is going to be a brutal injury. In football, yeah, for a running back or a receiver, for a quarterback, as long as he got solid, core and leg strength, you know what I'm saying? It's really about that arm, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's really about that arm, and we know Aaron Rodgers is gifted in that capacity. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is done. Um, so I'll just say that we'll see ultimately what's going to happen with him, but for now, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But for the Jets, we will have to see what happens. They will be having to continue on their season without Aaron Rodgers, which sucks because it's like they got a whole roster built around Aaron Rodgers, and he's not around anymore. So what does this mean for the Jets? And what does it mean for the AFC East? Let's open up that conversation beyond Aaron Rodgers into the AFC East. They played the Bills. The Bills were many people's favorites to win the AFC East, and they fumbled that game to the Jets. And Jets defense played extremely well. Special teams made some plays, and the quarterback didn't necessarily give it away. But so, what are y'all thoughts on what this means for the rest of the AFC East? And what are y'all thoughts on the rest of that game with the Bills and the way that went down? Did the Jets win it or did the Bills blow it? Rome, I'm gonna start with you.
Well, a little bit of both. For the last question, is the Bills definitely blew it, and we'll get into that in a little bit with Josh Allen. But the Jets still won it. They still did what they needed to do. The thing with the Jets is yes, Aaron Rodgers was supposed to come, quote unquote, be their savior, right? But they already had a very solid team. Everybody already knew that they were a quarterback away. So really, getting Aaron Rodgers took you from being a playoff contender to a Super Bowl contender. So if I'm not mistaken, Zach Wilson was the number 2 overall pick, right? That's what they picked him as. They need to stick with the guy that they got, give him time to grow, similar to what Philly did with Jalen Hurts, right? Work with the guy that you drafted, water your own plants kind of thing. And if Zach Wilson can hold it together, they're still right there. That defense is still one of the best in the league. They got all those weapons still. So yeah, it sucks to lose Aaron Rodgers, and no, Zach Wilson's not going to be what Aaron Rodgers probably would have been. But there's no reason that he can't be a good enough quarterback to still get the Jets to where they need to be.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. It's a certain level of heartbreak that was involved with this that wasn't involved with last season. T, what are your thoughts on the Jets and the way that game played out? However you want to answer that question.
I mean that the Bills really handed. I mean, not even the Bills. Josh Allen really handed that game to the Jets. You know, the energy had been sucked out of the team, the stadium. It was the Bills' game to win, and Josh Allen went out there and what we now know is typical Josh Allen fashion. He went out there and played hero ball. I mean, I'm watching clips on Twitter and watching the guy just take. It's like swinging. Rome, you might help me out with this, man. When you play baseball, do you every pitch do you swing for a home run?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, well that's kind of what Josh Allen's doing out there. He's taking plays where we could have a single or a double, and he's swinging for the fences. Plays where you clearly run for a first down, he's throwing the ball downfield, interception. Plays where guys are clearly open, you're taking off running, trying to put the team on your back, and his heart, his mind's in the right place. But what I don't get is most of these guys grew up watching Tom Brady, right? And Tom Brady can put the ball all over the field, but I don't think anyone would say Tom Brady had the strongest arm of all time or the most athletic quarterback or anything like that. Bro, Tom Brady was an elite game manager. He managed the situations. He managed the down and distance. He took the plays that were there. I think even other players would acknowledge that. Josh Allen does the opposite of that. The good quarterbacks, man, they kill you in those weak spots. Josh Allen just tries to drive the ball down the field and pray for the best, and it didn't work out.
Josh Allen, yeah, I agree with you, T. I think Josh. I don't think he's. I'm not ready to like really like cast him out and say that he ain't never gonna be shit or anything like that or whatever Rome got come cooked up. But what I will say is he's a victim of like if you can do it, that you will do it type shit. Like just because you can do it doesn't mean you should do it.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? It's almost like so you got that friend that be drinking and driving a little bit, and they be like, "Nah, I'm good, cause I'm good, son." And then like they kind of take it for granted, And it's like you do that, you be that guy too often. Eventually, you gonna catch catch a couple dingers. You know what I'm saying? Catch a DUI,
Yeah.
sleep, and I hit the guardrail joint situations. Like there's only so long you could do that for before the reckless behavior might catch up to you. And because of his arm talent, he's able to do things that other guys can't. And I think he's like real life playing Madden with himself. You know what I'm saying? He really played a game like he playing Madden. Like there's no consequences. And I think that's part of the problem, with Josh Allen. But he's talented as fuck. But ultimately, like when you're super talented like that, like I'll give you an example. Like Chad Pennington would never make that play. Or even Brock Purdy for that matter, wouldn't try to make that play. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that kind of makes him smarter, or it makes him better because it's like, okay, yeah, he can do that, but he knows he shouldn't do that, so he ain't never gonna do no crazy shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You gotta feel me on that.
Nah, that was a pretty solid analogy on Josh Allen with the drunk driver because as we all know, you probably should never get in the car with a drunk driver, regardless of if they've made it the last 15, 20 times. I don't care if the guy made it all the way to the AFC Championship and then lost because he still lost because he turns the ball over. So that's a great analogy because that's what Josh Allen, a quarterback, is is a drunk driver, and you don't want that at the helm. You don't want that at all. He led the league in interceptions last year. He's got some crazy stat that's circulating around right now. He's had like I don't know 80 plus 90 interceptions since he's joined the league. Most turnovers in the league since he's joined the league. Like but yet, you know, people on this show who apparently are off today had this guy 1B to Pat Mahomes. People I'm pretty sure that are on this show right now had him top three. I mean, the guy's on the cover of Madden for crying out loud. Like Josh Allen is literally the most overrated quarterback playing in the NFL right now. Like, let's be serious. He's the most overrated quarterback playing in the NFL.
So I think what we're looking at here is right. He's certainly 1B when it comes to talent, right? He can run, he can make all the throws, he's got the arm strength. It's not too many guys in the league that can do what he does. Period.
Lamar Jackson can do everything that he does.
Yeah.
Yes, he can, bro. And for some reason, T gives the biggest pass to Josh Allen, but will give all the smoke to Lamar. Like, and they're the same quarterback,
No,
except Lamar's actually accomplished more.
Bro, Josh Allen is much more productive than Lamar Jackson.
Well, just as far as a passer, I think we've seen Josh Allen win games with just his arm. I don't think we've seen Lamar do that too often. And you can make a case for Greg Roman's offense didn't allow it, but we've actually seen Josh Allen go out there in a shootout, 40 points, 45 points, and throw his team to wins. We haven't seen that from Lamar. Maybe it's soon to come with this new offense, but Josh Allen is supremely talented. And like Scruff said, man, because he can do it, he does do it, and he gets him in trouble. He reminds me of Brett Favre. You get the label of gunslinger, and you're allowed to turn the ball over. Well, Brett Favre got one Super Bowl in 20-something seasons. I think most teams, if you told them you'll draft the quarterback of the future and you're only getting one Super Bowl out of the next 20 years, I think most teams would say, let me roll the dice on another guy. I could be wrong,
Exactly. So
but
why are we giving Josh Allen any praise? Because I don't even think he's going to get you that one in a 20.
I don't
Especially
agree.
if you're looking at what's going on, he's clearly regressed. He's clearly taken a step back.
I
he
don't agree with Tito because the Bills have been around for 40, 50, 60 years or whatever, and they ain't never won shit. So, you know what I'm saying? I think the Bills would take that 1-20. And I think you got a talent like that, eventually he gonna get one. So, like, everybody
No,
saying
he's
anything
not.
about him, eventually he
Ain't
gonna get one.
Ain't
Eventually he
no
gonna get
way he's
one,
gonna get one in the AFC. We were just talking about how open the AFC East is, right? Because Aaron Rodgers went down. Why? So the Bills are a shoe in, right? It's the Bills
They're
division to
not a
win.
shoe in, but
Okay, so then
they're gonna get one, bro.
he's not even a shoe in to win his division this year, but you're telling me he's gonna get them a Super Bowl in the next 20? Because Tua's not going nowhere.
Bro,
You
he's
still
in
got
the
Pat
mix, bro.
Mahomes in that division, like
He's in the
or
mix,
that
bro.
conference.
Bro,
Tua.
he's in the mix, bro.
He's in the mix.
Tua and the Dolphins look great, and I wanted to highlight them. I thought they looked outstanding in Week 1, and I think they have a good chance to win the AFC East. But it's not a given. It's not a given that they're going to beat out the Bills. It's going to be competitive, and it's
Tua.
not to say that the Bills are not that good. They're
It's
both
not
great
going to be
teams.
competitive if Josh Allen is handing the ball to the other team. My
Right.
man
That
is good
Bro,
for two turnovers a game.
can we give
That's not winning football.
can we give a little credit to the fact that the Jets have one of the best defenses in the NFL?
no,
Absolutely. We could
No.
give some credit to the Jets defense.
I'm not giving
But
no.
but I mean, to T's point, honestly though, those interceptions were terrible. Those weren't even like, oh, we're, taking the ball from you. Those were Josh Allen putting the ball with his arm.
Well, it's not that bad in retrospect.
I mean, it's bad when there's a play to be made and you don't make it. And I as a guy that watches quarterbacks really closely these days, I call that leaving too much meat on the bone. And his appetite's too big, and he's still leaving too much meat on the bone. That's the crazy part. But Tua's not going anywhere. That's untrue, bro. Tua is one concussion away from having a career of being on air. You know what I'm saying? Being in the studio.
True. Very true.
Bill Belichick, though, the Patriots look good against the NFC champions, right? The Patriots look real good. That division.
Patriots did look pretty good. They actually offensively outperformed the Eagles by a good margin.
Look, that division is arguably the best division in football between them and the AFC North. So you're right about the Bills aren't a shoe-in, but the fact that none of those teams, any of those teams could easily go well into the playoffs and no one would be surprised. I mean,
Okay, so Josh Allen might not even get out of his division, is what I'm hearing. And then if he does get out of his division, he still has to go against Pat Mahomes, Justin Herbert. There's
Bruh.
there's
Why you
the
framing it
Lamar
like that?
Jackson, Joe
why you,
Burrow. Because
Lamar,
because you
Framing it
told
like
me
that,
that Josh Allen is a Super Bowl contender.
bro.
Lamar,
You framing it
I'm trying to see.
you
Lamar
framing
Jackson.
it like the division isn't going to be. They're not going to like the division's not going to be representing like 3 teams in the playoffs, bro. The division is nice.
So you got 3 teams coming out the East?
I don't know if 3 teams coming out of the East, but Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow might not come out of their division.
Right.
And Joe Burrow's
So you got the Browns winning the North. This is overreaction week 1 right here.
there's the guy
That's not what he said, though.
that you put all your fantasy players on trade block, and now you're saying we're over.
Okay.
No, this is a very good reaction. The Browns made the Bengals look silly, and the Bengals have started off slow, so we've seen it before. That's another very tough division. A lot of people had a lot of faith in the Steelers as well. Bryce, especially Kenny Pickett. Me, I still think that Pittsburgh is a really good team, but they just took a bunch of injuries, so I don't know anymore. But, bro, just because you might not make it out of your division does not mean you're not part of the top class of the league. Like that.
Brett, that's not what I'm saying. So you're telling me that they're still top class of the league. They might not make it out of the division, and their conference is tough as hell. But Josh Allen is a Super Bowl contender.
I think
Yeah.
you have 30 teams that would trade their quarterback right now for Josh Allen.
That's crazy, T.
Right. That's what
I don't think that the Eagles would trade their quarterback for Josh Allen right now.
I think
I
that.
don't think that the Ravens would trade their quarterback for Josh Allen right now. I know the Chiefs wouldn't. I don't think the Bengals would. The Chargers would probably stand pat.
I know you talking about top this, top that, wrong. So I want to get right to it. Like, he's definitely still in the top 5. Any way you slice it.
I mean, either way, right? The talent is there, man. Like you can't deny that he is a special talent. Now, does that always equal success? Obviously not. But you can't deny he's a special talent.
I mean, that's moving the goalpost. Okay, so the guy's talented. I'll give you that. The guy has a lot of skill, but what he's not is a winner because you don't win games playing the quarterback position, turning the ball over 2 times a game. You don't win games. You don't become a Super Bowl champion leading the league in interceptions. That's
But
not
it's
how it
all
works.
relative though, really, because like you say all this about him. Oh, he's not a winner. Oh, he can't do this. All that. Like, bruh, in reality, like what Josh Allen has done over the last 4 years is better than anything that the Washington Commanders have put out a quarterback in decades, bruh. So like, let's stop with all that shenanigans, bruh. This man is one of the most talented quarterbacks in the NFL. He's still one of the best talented quarterbacks in the NFL. He's just gifted enough to also, gift it away from the other team. You know what I'm saying? Like he makes mistakes, but that doesn't mean he's not one of the top talented
So
quarterbacks
what
in
you're
the league.
telling me is he's good
I
enough to
wouldn't put
play
him above
quarterback for
Patrick
both
Mahomes.
sides. That's what
Listen,
I'm hearing.
I wouldn't put him above Patrick Mahomes. I wouldn't put him above Jalen Hurts. I wouldn't put him above
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow, and that's it.
I
And
Yeah,
mean,
Lamar
you
Jackson,
yeah,
and that
and Lamar
and Lamar
Jackson.
Jackson, that's a pick 'em.
I
Okay.
think what you'll start seeing is Buffalo call the game a little safer and call a few more runs and mix it up a little bit more instead of just letting, you know what I'm saying?
No, and honestly though, T, that I'm glad you said that because that was really the point I wanted to get to. The real problem with Josh Allen is everything that y'all just said. He hears that he's this gunslinger mentality, and all that inflates his ego. Like he's on the cover of Madden, so why didn't they call the game safer after the second interception? Why didn't they say, hey Josh, instead of chucking it downfield on third down, maybe just throw it out of bounds? Instead of running and trying to jump through 2 people, maybe just slide, maybe juke, maybe run to the sideline. I don't know. Maybe be a smart, intelligent QB. Maybe
Here's
lead the
the
team.
problem with that, though,
Why,
bro.
why, why didn't anybody pull him to the side already and say these things? It's because Scruff and T want to say that he's top 5 QB, top 3. He's so talented that he can just throw it to the other team. It's cool. So if Josh Allen's hearing that, who's gonna tell him, hey, actually, bruh, maybe you shouldn't throw it to the other team?
So now you want him to be this game manager, but like, what got him to the cover of Madden was what? Like him being explosive, him being like making the crazy throws and crazy plays. Like that's what got him there. That's kind of like part of his game. So like you gotta take the good with the bad.
Well, take the Madden cover. That's wonderful. The kids are gonna love it. The Bills fans are gonna love it. Maybe they can jump through some tables, whatever the hell they do. But it's not gonna equate to wins or Super Bowl victories. I'm telling you that right now.
Josh Allen has 1,000 more pass attempts than your guy Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson has 55 turnovers. So what it looks like is that entire class.
Lamar, how many are you comparing the right amount of games? Because Lamar missed a lot of time.
I mean, 55 turnovers, 55 turnovers. That entire class, Lamar, Baker, Darnold, all those guys are turning the ball over left and right. So I don't know if that's just new age football, but yeah, those guys seem to go put the ball in harm's way, which, like I said, I find interesting because they grew up watching Tom Brady protect the ball, watching Peyton Manning protect the ball. So I really think it's a mentality thing. And I do believe what you're saying, right? These guys do believe the hype. They get on the internet. They see social media. They see people saying, hey, he's the greatest. He's the best, yada, yada. And I think they go out there and they try to make plays. But sometimes making a play means, bro, 3rd and 10, we throw a 3-yard pass. Sometimes that's what you got to do. That comes with maturity too. Remember, these guys are young.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the thing, and that's why I say cease and desist with the extreme, characterizations of this man, because like it's a young player. I mean, give the man some time to develop. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're too quick to do these to these quarterbacks. You know what I'm saying? It's so quick to just do this. You know what I'm saying?
Josh Allen's been playing since like 2018, bro. Like this ain't quick. Like
Bro,
this,
2018,
this
bro.
ain't
Like,
quick, bro.
bro. Like, with all
He's a grown
respect,
man, bro.
I know
He's an
we're talking
adult.
about
Like
I know we're talking about sports, bro, but like let's talk about it from a career standpoint. Like in the first couple years of your career, like you're just feeling your way around. Like in reality, if you become one of the best in the business that early on, that doesn't mean like it still takes some time to really. You don't really reach the peak of your career until like 10 years into that joint. You know what I'm saying? So like he's only really been in the league for like 4 years, 5 years, whatever the case may be, and he's been within arm's reach of the Super Bowl. So it's like, okay, I'd say he's doing pretty good considering that. So like, I think this is a huge overreaction, and I don't know what agenda you got you smoking on right now, but
T once said that Joe Burrow will never see another Super Bowl. But now I'm crazy because I'm coming for Josh Allen when he legitimately has a turnover problem. Like he's notoriously the biggest turnover machine in the NFL right now. Led the league in interceptions last year. Averages two turnovers a game as it is right now. But
Also,
I'm crazy for saying that this guy won't make a Super Bowl.
also,
And to the comment, I believe that's Hansel said he's come a long way since 2018. Yeah, he has, and a lot helped. A lot of that maturity that Scruff was just talking about can be attributed to the trade for Stephon Diggs. When Diggs got there, all of a sudden Josh Allen was making some of these plays. All of a sudden, them 50-50 balls were going a little bit more for Buffalo. All of a sudden, the lanes were a little bit more open to run through because people were running with Diggs. But cease and desist.
nah, I'm not gonna put that on Diggs. Josh Allen worked on his mechanics. He's much more accurate than when he came in the league. He's actually a better passer, and I don't even have a problem with his decision making outside of the hero passes, man. Like that's all. But yeah, I don't really want to spend too much time on Josh Allen. He's one of the most exciting players in the league. He's going to continue to be. That's why he's on the cover of Madden. Every time he's on TV, I know you're watching. So for as much as you want to knock Josh Allen, you're one of his best fans.
Facts. AKA keep on hating, wrong. That's you feeding the fuel, fanning the flames. If
Hey,
you
the,
will.
the best thing I can say for Josh Allen is last time I gave a QB this much smoke on this show was Matt Stafford, and he took the Rams to the Super Bowl that year. So that's
Matter of
that's
fact,
that's the best thing I can say for Josh Allen. Bills fans, y'all gonna want me to keep hating.
matter of fact, you know, in honor of Aaron Rodgers, and in honor of the fact that this was low key, like like when DraftKings say, you know what, hey, you bet on Aaron Rodgers in the first play, we're gonna refund all the bets. You know what I'm saying? They refund them. I'm taking a repo on my Super Bowl pick, and obviously I'm not going with the Jets anymore. I'm repoing that pick, and I'm going with the Bills coming out the AFC. The Bills are coming out the AFC, man. Shout out Young Ron 22. This is gonna be the Matt Stafford this year. The Bills gonna come out the AFC. Fuck you mean? Because you coming crazy and you acting like they can't win this shit. And they can, bro.
Uh, Hold on, let me get to this one real quick. Blur Prey. Do I trade Judy for Waller? Wide receivers are Diggs, Wilson, Debo, Watson, and Judy. You obviously don't need Judy. Waller is an upgrade from Higbee, in my opinion. I think you take that trade. Judy can't even stay on the field. I pull the trigger on that one.
Yeah, I would do
Yeah,
that.
I agree.
You got hella receivers and no tight ends. Higby trash.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't
you
call it.
got Diggs, Wilson, and Debo. Like you're straight right there. You definitely don't need Judy.
Yeah, I would do that. Jerry
And
Judy. I don't really love. I don't love that offense either.
I mean, and you'll probably be able to flip another one of those receivers. So, yeah, Waller's pretty much the best player in that team outside of Saquon. So, and I think how many targets Waller get last night? Seven, maybe? Was it seven?
I don't know, but they couldn't barely. It was barely getting the ball out. So like anybody that was getting the ball was gonna be the tight end and the running back. So
You might see a lot of that this season. So
yeah,
I think Wallace said PPR too. Y'all know I hate PPR leagues, but PPR I think Wallace is a safe bet. He's security blanket for a quarterback. Bad quarterbacks and tight ends go together, man. You know what I'm saying? Outside of Kelsey, bad quarterbacks, young quarterbacks, they're going to throw to the tight end.
Yeah, I agree, man. Waller's probably a super safe bet, to be honest, because he's the best receiver on that team. Who would like? They don't have nobody really talented on the outside like that. So,
yeah,
Yeah,
fact.
and I think we should probably point out the fact that the Giants got smoked, and the resident Giants fan, there's no bag over his head or nothing this time. He's just not even here,
probably do a well.
Like
missing
the
in
O line
action.
for the Giants, they just did not show up. They didn't even bother trying to block. You know what I'm saying? Is what I seen. They was getting obliterated on the O line. So that's obviously still a problem for them. But I want to harp too much on them. They sucked. Um, who's the top wide receiver waiver ads? I don't want to really say because I'm in a couple leagues with these guys. But one person I would definitely say is on my radar is uh the receiver for the Rams. I forget his name. He got one of them funny names for real. Akua.
Pakua Nuka or something. I
Yeah,
can't. I
yeah,
can't.
yeah. I
Uh,
would definitely go pick him up. I would say go pick up Justice Hill. You know what I'm saying? That running back situation. Go pick up top wide receivers. Kendrick Bourne. I like him a
Yeah,
lot.
Bourne is a good one.
You feel me?
I mean, it depends how deep your league is. Also,
League, did y'all give me my flowers for highest week 1 point? I thought I had the highest week 1 point total. What is this revisionist history?
I don't know.
That's my guy James. Check the numbers, buddy. You try and give us those George Bush votes, man, for yourself. No, they burning ballots. I thought I had the highest point total.
Was it jokes? Is that jokes? ETC?
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, he had the highest. He had the highest points.
Mm.
He did. He was number 2, bro.
I was number 2. How? They must do the stat correction.
You just you was just happy. I thought you was just happy to see yourself within the top anything. I was like, okay, that was good that was a good achievement for you.
I legit thought I was number 1, but don't worry.
And I beat my boy, my rival, young Rome. Rome, how's it feel?
En-
How's it feel to get beat down in fantasy football in the first week?
Enjoy that week one, man. Enjoy that week one.
Oh,
I'm about to be the Josh Allen of the fantasy league. That week one was I just gave it away.
hey, real talk though. Uh, somebody send a send my regards to Hansel, not Hazard, Hansel. Because my man, he drafted Aaron Rodgers a quarterback, and he going to figure that shit out, bro.
He got some hurt too, right?
He got some what?
I think he has another player that's injured on that roster.
His whole season might be over, bro. For real.
Yeah, might be. I can get off that.
I got 3 quarterbacks though. He might have to holler at me for real.
I got Anthony. So Hansel, if you out there, come holler at me, man. I love to get Travis Etienne.
Damn, that's sad to hear. There was a time, bro. There was a time when Hansel was one of the top dogs. And here's the thing, though. That's Hansel is like just like Josh Allen in fantasy football because it's like because you can do good. It's like you keep sticking by your guns. You're like, nah, this is my guy right here. So nah, like you gotta let shit go, bro. To be really good in fantasy football, you gotta stay nimble and be willing to get a couple of young guys. You know what I'm saying?
Hansel is also a Steelers fan, so it was just a humbling week 1.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. The Steelers were bad. Brock Purdy looked good though. I thought Brock Purdy looked very good in the first game back. I thought he looked worthy of shipping out Trey Lance. I thought the 49ers straight up mollywopped the Steelers, which is why I said I don't think the Steelers are going to have a good season this year. I think the Steelers might be. I think they might be in the mix for Caleb. I think ultimately, like when these teams start looking bad, I'm ultimately going to wonder, like, are you in the sweepstakes for Caleb Williams?
Bro, if Tom gets them to the playoffs this year, man, it'll be the best coaching job of all time. I think Deontay Johnson's out for a while, hamstring. Casey Hayward's out for a while with a hamstring. It's going to be tough. And Kenny Pickett, who I never liked, does not look good at all. So it's going to be a tough season.
He didn't look good, but also I think he got a concussion, and they didn't call it or whatever.
Well, yes,
he got slammed pretty badly, and he wasn't good after that. So
I'd never for that. So
no, I'm with you on that, T. I haven't been a believer of Kenny Pickett at all.
Kyron Williams or Justice Hill. Kyron Williams. Justice Hill is the number 3 back. He's going to play behind Gus Edwards, and I don't think he takes any goal line touches from Gus Edwards personally. But
I don't know. He literally had 2 touchdowns in the first game, though.
Yeah, he took them from Dobbins, but I don't think he takes them from Gus. We'll see. But Williams is better than Akers every day of the week. Every day of the week.
I would go Justice Hill. Running backs with Lamar, they got value.
Definitely.
No, I mean, I disagree. I think you got a little less value when your quarterback can run the ball in himself. But
it opens up lanes, and I don't think Lamar is really going to take it as much as he used to.
Or anybody else that stood out to y'all week 1?
Players or teams?
Either.
Players last night, that Garrett Wilson catch, that was crazy. That might have been one of the best catches I've ever seen. The concentration that it takes to come down with that, with the pressure that was on too, that was definitely one of the best catches I think we'll see all year. And if it's not, then we're gonna see some crazy catches.
Yeah, I feel bad for Garrett Wilson too. His life just got, it's like you thought your life was gonna be something, and then it's just not. It sucks.
Tyreek Hill, man, and it's crazy to say that he stood out to me, but Tyreek Hill claiming that he's going to get 2,000 yards and starting the season with 200.
He's on pace.
On pace to get it in 10 games.
Hey, he's on pace. I was telling folks, bro, this year I thought Tyreek Hill was going to be the best receiver in the NFL this year, but so far he looked really good. The Dolphins looked really good. I think they were my most impressive team. I think let's go around the room and go like that. We're going to say the most impressive team and the most disappointing team for us in week 1. Starting with the most impressive team for me is the Dolphins. The defense looked pretty good too. That's a Vic Fangio defense, my boy. You better put some respect on it. That John was all right. You know what I'm saying? And then wait till Ramsey get back. That's going to be a decent team, bro. Most impressive team for me is the Dolphins. Rome, who's your most impressive team in week 1?
Honestly, the team I think I was the most impressed by was the Jets, and that's why I said that I don't feel like too much is dropped off without Rodgers. Like I said earlier, like they might have went from not be Super Bowl contenders, but I still think that's a playoff team. The fact that like you alluded to earlier, the whole air was sucked out the stadium. Everything, they had every reason to just mail it in, and they still pulled it together and played a great game and won it in overtime. To me, that's impressive as hell, and maybe that's just coming from a coaching standpoint. But just I just feel like for a team to stay together after that, when they literally had every reason to just be like, damn, it's over, especially in that game. I thought that was very impressive.
T, biggest standouts, week 1.
Jordan Love and the Packers, man.
Like that.
And with an asterisk, I know that was a big word this weekend. With an asterisk because the Bears are horrible. Justin Fields is not that good. The hype train was really going during the offseason. I don't think the guy's that good. But Jordan Love had a performance that if it was Aaron Rodgers, they would still be talking about he's the greatest, he's the greatest, he's the greatest. Great start for the kid. Packers put up 38 on those guys. So I didn't see that coming. I thought that game would be a little closer.
Hey man, I don't want to my own horn or nothing, but I definitely told y'all that Jordan Love was gonna be a sleeper this year in fantasy football, bro. I told y'all that he was nice, bro. You don't just ship out Aaron Rodgers unless you got some shit with you, bro. That's all I know. You feel me? Like you don't just, like you don't do that, bro. You don't do that, bro. You don't do that. All right. Most disappointing team for me. I'm gonna say for me the most disappointing team to me it was the Bears. Actually, it was the Giants. Actually, no, it was the Giants. It was the Giants, bro. No, no, it was the Bears. It was the Bears. I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why though. Because the thing about the Giants is like I'm not like totally shocked that they were trash. Like I kind of like expected them to be a little bit trash this year because they kind of overachieved a little bit last year. But I did believe in them enough because I did pick them and to pick them. You know what I'm saying? But with all due respect, I thought the Bears were going to be a playoff team this year, and they just lost to Packers. And it's like, okay, they've been losing the Packers for years now, but like this was supposed to be different this year, and just wasn't, bro. So like that was really disappointing to me. Bears, Rome.
Yeah, I also got to say the Bears because, like you, I was a believer in them for a little bit, and I was definitely like T said, I was on that Justin Fields hype train, man. But I got to say, after what I saw week one, uh, that's easily my most disappointing team and disappointing player was the Bears and Justin Fields. I expected a lot more, and it's a long season, so it's only week one. Maybe something turns around, but losing to the Packers at home, that's not what I wanted to see from the Chicago Bears week one.
Man, Hazard said he was disappointed by the Denver Broncos because of the hype and Brown being healthy and Sean Payton. But I'll tell you what, bro. I said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. Russell Wilson's done, bro. He's done. He's done. He's done. He's done. And they had you seen that joint with AB. He was roasting them boys on. he said he don't give a fuck. Sean Payton don't give a fuck. That shit bad over there, bro. T, what was your biggest disappointments?
I got two. Let me comment on that Broncos game. Jimmy G's a gamer, bro. All he does is win. He'll throw an interception, a terrible interception, and come back, drive your team down the field like he's Tom Brady. It's the craziest thing. I watched it as a 49ers fan. Now the Raiders get to enjoy the roller coaster of Jimmy G, but he's going to get you wins. But I had two disappointing teams. One in reality and one was personal. My reality team was Seattle. You lost to the Rams without Cooper Kupp. You made a no-name guy a waiver wire stud. Geno Smith, DK, Tyler, Jackson Nigba Smith or Smith Nigba, like whatever. Kenneth, like the Seahawks have weapons on offense, and you could only muster 13 points against the Rams, who most people assume would be in the bottom 5, 7, 8 of the league, right? I think Seattle fans are really, really disappointed this week. There's a few fan bases disappointed. Cincy, Pittsburgh, Jets, but I think Seattle fans probably really thought that was a winnable game and they lost. Personally, my most disappointing team, and probably not fair because how early it is, but I was really disappointed in Washington. We know Atlanta's tanking. They have a guy, not Atlanta, Arizona. Arizona has a guy quarterback that's been there for 2 weeks. He can't even get around the city without GPS. And he came in and almost beat the Commanders. He almost beat what they're telling me is a top 5 defense.
Okay, you're already framing that crazy. I feel your disappointment. I don't disagree with it, but Josh Dobbs didn't almost beat us. The offense just really Sam Howell almost pulled a Josh Allen and just gave it away with some of the dumb fumbles, Gibson's fumble. The offense has a lot of cleaning up to do. So I definitely understand what you're saying about that being a disappointing performance.
I don't want to hear about the offense has cleaning up to do. They told me they had an offense guru in Eric Bieniemy. This guy was supposed to be.
So he's so week one they're supposed to put up 50 with a QB who's in his second start?
Brock Purdy put up 40 in his seventh start, eighth start.
And it's okay, okay.
I mean, what I'm saying is that team has the talent. Like I think talent alone should have got them 10 points ahead of the Cardinals. Talent alone, but
Yeah, I mean, Sam can't drop that ball by the end zone and let the Cardinals walk in. That type of point swing, that type of stupid ass play, like though that's the 10 points you're basically talking about right there. Like you can't give them that,
all
and
right,
that's what I mean by you got to clean that up. Like you can't. Those are the literal plays that you have to take out.
and Snyder is out. Is that play not eerily reminiscent of typical Commanders football?
It
Absolutely.
is, but you know what also is reminiscent of that is not winning the game, is losing after that. So what's
Okay.
different is still finding a way to come through and win. And let's keep
The
in mind, Sam Howell is a fifth round quarterback who's in his second start.
the
So I
difference is
think
the difference is the one organization is trying to win and the other one's trying to lose. That's the difference. That's the only reason,
And you
bro.
know, scrub. You know why I'm
Right.
so scrub. You know why I'm so mad. Out of all my bets on FanDuel, the only one they gave me the option to cash out was the Commanders because that game was supposed to be a lock, and I didn't cash it out because it was supposed to be a lock. and,
Yeah.
what
You should have cashed it out then, bro. That's all it comes down to.
that's so I said I'm personally disappointed.
Yeah, I feel it, man. I feel it.
Hey, well, I wouldn't put money on the Commanders in Denver this week, T.
No.
I wouldn't call that one a lock for sure.
Nah, I actually took Denver. I'm picking Denver in the pick 'em. So that's the one thing I'll say. Like I think
What's
Russell.
what's the spread for that? I'm gonna check it.
I don't know, but I think it's in favor of Russell.
I mean, yeah, they're at home. Denver's at home.
But yeah, we'll
You
see.
know who I was impressed by though? I was impressed by the 49ers though, T. I'll tell you that. I think that was a very good showing by Purdy. I think that's exactly what he needed to calm down the rabid fan base that is San Francisco.
There's no calming those guys. And I really like Purdy, man. The more I watch him, the more I like him. But Micah Parsons has a show or something. I saw a little clip, and he alluded to something that I've thought about, but I haven't really spoken about. The fact that we haven't really seen Purdy face any like real in-game adversity, like being in point and having to throw his team to victory, or a game where the defense just is off and they can't get a stop. So I think that's the next level. I think Michael Parsons hit the nail on the head there, and that's what I kind of want to see out of Purdy next. You know what I'm saying? When it's just you and you got to deliver the ball and you can't lean on Christian McCaffrey to break a 70-yard run, what do? So we'll see. But future definitely looks bright.
Yeah, Purdy is slowly making me a believer as well. I need to see more though. I need to see more. The Steelers also, kind of dropped the ball, but well, like I said, it's week one, man. It's a long season. A lot of opinions could change down the line, to be honest.
Well,
Yeah, man.
Ruff already changed his Super Bowl pick, so you're right.
Bro, the dude rolled his ankle in the first play.
That's part
That's
of
crazy.
Look, FanDuel didn't even refund me my money.
They don't do that. They don't do that. They ain't doing that.
Voided everything. Everything Aaron Rodgers should have been voided.
It's because they desperate though. It's like when an ugly girl put out on the first day, hoping they you might stick around.
I get it, man. I get it.
You know?
So I'll get it back on horse racing.
Horse race. All right, man. Any closing thoughts on this before we move on to? I don't even think we have any more topics. So until we move on to the rest of our night,
we have. We got any culture? Any culture topics?
I don't. Y'all got anything?
I mean, we haven't done culture topics in so long. I mean, What are you watching is probably appropriate. That's one of our personal favorites. I think the fans like that one too. So
I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't watching nothing but sports. So
I'm not mad at that. I
What
guess
have I been watching?
I'll jump right out there because I'm always watching something. Um, what I just finished watching on Netflix was One Piece, and if you don't know what One Piece is, it's an anime. Target audience is probably maybe 7 through 13. But if you know anything about One Piece, you know this is a cartoon that is about, I don't know, 12, 13, 14, 1500 episodes in, and the story's still going. I have no idea. I stopped the anime after Skypiea. If you watch One Piece, you know what that is. But Netflix made a live action One Piece, and it's excellent, man. It's really good. Even if you don't watch the anime, you didn't read the manga, it's a really good show. My kids love it. I loved it. My wife was watching it, so I know it's decent.
Nah, yeah, One Piece is a show I'm definitely about to check out because my son's been asking me about that one. But I think I'm like scruff right now, man. I think I've mainly been watching sports. I know it's a couple things I think is gonna come out here soon, but I can't wait for this writer strike to be over, bro. Because I feel like we're gonna get uh, a great amount, like a rush of good shows and good movies like at once. Like I feel like once all that shit is wrapped up, we're gonna get a lot of dope shit.
I'm,
yeah,
I'm,
I feel like there's like definitely a shortage on good content right now.
I mean, another one though, Lioness. I finished that last week, and I think you're right. Like, there's going to be a huge gap in between where we're just getting nothing, and it's starting about now. Uh,
Yeah,
but
like I feel like we're at the beginning of the nothing, and
right,
like that's gonna be some whack shit. But I feel like when it's over though, I feel like there's gonna be like a surge of great content.
I feel like you gotta hit the rewatches right now, bro. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I just finished doing a Wire rewatch. You feel me? Classic, and then I've been doing the Fresh Prince rewatch, the original Fresh Prince. You feel me? Can't go wrong with that. I'm rotating the Seinfeld. I'm just stuck in the Matrix right now, for real. You know what I'm saying? Like until the new shit drop, I ain't fucking with it. Nothing else, bro.
Lioness on Paramount Plus, man. It's made by the same guy that made. I don't know if anybody watches 1883 and 1917 or whatever, a Mayor of Kingstown. His name like Taylor Sheridan or something. But if he doesn't miss, all his shows are great. And Lioness is what's the Spanish chick, the Afro Latina chick. I can't think of her name, but it's about some special agents and the girl goes undercover and it's a solid show. It's only 8 episodes, so it's a light watch. But if you got Paramount Plus, what was that, El Chapo?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that look like a mugshot, bro. You looking
it's
like
my
Irv Gotti, Murder Inc.
passport photo.
Y'all telling me y'all ain't hyped up for the new Walking Dead? The one good character go.
Bro,
I,
I haven't seen Walking Dead since my oldest child was literally in diapers, bro.
They still make that shit.
bro, I'm gonna keep it honest, man. Walking Dead. I said this 10 years ago. It seems like, bro, it's a run-on sentence. Like, I don't want to see people survive. Right? Like, I'd rather see everybody die or everybody live. Find a cure than see people just surviving. If you want to watch some survival, watch The Last of Us. That's much better than Walking Dead. Like, but no, the one good character goes to Europe. Uh,
I thought the one good character already died.
I don't even know who the one good character in Walking Dead would be. Like, I'm ready for some like Sharknado type Walking Dead versus Resident Evil. Like, I'm saying, silliness because I can't take Walking Dead serious, man. The dude with the crossbow is that the I was gonna say, is that the white guy, but like all the characters are white almost, right?
Oh, he used to have a motorcycle, right? See, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like that shit.
How do you make it to Europe with zombies? Like, all right, so,
I don't know what he's talking about. Nah.
that boy on jokes, man. All right, I don't got nothing else for y'all, man. Like I said, watch One Piece, man. My man Luffy's a pirate. He's trying to catch the One Piece treasure. It's a great show.
Facts, though. Facts. But yeah, man, when the writers go on strike, the producers write the show, and that ain't never good, bro.
Nah, that's terrible.
Ain't never good.
That's
All
when
right,
you just
man.
get shows that are long ass ads.
Facts. All right, man. The producers is logging off for the night. Go ahead and follow Good Ass Sports and stay tuned for the next one next Tuesday. But you know how we end every show, man.